dark rum, and I almost puke and I feel so dumb. It's like, why did I come to a party like this? I won't have fun. So would I rather be alone in my room, around drinking beer, dreaming of you? I can tell you how it is to be so depressed. Getting out of bed won't give me stress. Come on now, let's ride. Pump it up and power up his rise. And breathe in your lungs. I was so detached, so depressed, and so damn alone. Would I rather be alone in my room, or out drinking beer, dreaming of you? I could tell you how it is to be so depressed. Getting out of bed would give me stress. I'm gonna get on my bicycle and go for a ride. Here it comes anew, and I swear to God, this time I'm fucking blue. But what else could I do? If I figured that out myself, I'd be you. So would I rather be alone in my room, or out drinking beer, dreaming of you? I can tell you how it is to be so depressed. Getting out of bed would give me stress. Would you rather be alone in your room, or out drinking beer, playing the rules? I can tell you how it is to be so depressed. Getting out of bed would give me stress. I'm gonna get on my bicycle and go for a ride. Get on my bicycle and ride.
Find her, alright? And when I have some answers, I'm going to find him. The one who framed
Gorgeous spires make me feel tired. Shining towers, they've got no power. Orderly homes, I can't get along. A steady job, we're all such slobs. Pissed and broke through all their joke. Shattered through a world that I know. Chained up dogs that fight for a mob. Cash and drugs and a wink and a shrug. Clogged up drink lungs until insane. Hungry belly, shriveled and smelly. Payroll France and a lot of riches. Destiny never can take it, not give it. Content with a smile, never running for miles. Pissed and broke, you are their joke. Read their books, you're on the hook. Consent to own and buttress the throne. Go and vote and tie your own noose.
Enemies of Mankind, Issue 1.
Skinhead scalps and mohawks, leather and tomahawk chops. Indigenous people's time to die. Redcoats and musket smoke, some double agent, half-breed bloke, Native Americans time to die. Beat eyes and mule drunk cats, worthless beads and local smarts, some salt and the last of your tribe. Some saw them burn to ash, island rum, sodomy, and the lash of a dying breed am I. I'm of a dying breed, there's no good way to go, no way to ascend to what I know. A dying breed, I got something to show. Smile, yes, but my heart pounds, fuck no. Put the knife to the skin, heat it up, and bring it in. Let the tears purify your eyes. Dress up like the white man, do the things only we can. Every performance justified. Protect the women and the kids from the selling block. Traders bids. How much do you value this one's life? Fish like daddy did, wage war like grandfather did, Alzheimer's end of life. Of a dying breed, no good way to go, no way to accept what you know. I'm of a dying breed, I got something to show. I may smile, yes, but my heart pounds, fuck no. The genocide has gotta stop. Millions of dead cops, a gentleman's honor and suicide. But I came here to fuck a fight. It's up to you to decide how it's gonna go that night. Go down tonight. When you're sick and tired of the punks, when you're pissed and wired of the punks, when your girlfriend dumps you of the punks, what the fuck else are you gonna do but of the punks, of the punks, of the punks, oh my brother, of the punks, of the punks, of the punks, oh my brother, when you can't pay the bill that's due, of the punks, when your landlord threatens you, of the punks, you still got your attitude, of the punks, they've gotten personal, something against you, of the punks, of the punks, of the punks, oh my brother, of the punks, of the punks, of the punks.
Before the law stands the doorkeeper. To this doorkeeper there comes a man from the country and prays for admittance to the law. But the doorkeeper says that he cannot grant admittance at the moment. The man thinks it over and then asks if he will be allowed in later. It is possible, said the doorkeeper, but not at the moment, since the gate stands open as usual. When the doorkeeper steps to one side, the man stoops to peer through the gateway into the interior. Observing that, the doorkeeper laughs and says, if you are so drawn to it, just try to go in despite my veto. But take note, I am powerful. And I am only the least of the doorkeepers. From hall to hall there is one doorkeeper after another, each more powerful than the last. The Thord doorkeeper is so terrible that even I cannot bear to look at him. There are difficulties the man from the country is not expected. The law, he thinks, surely should be accessible at all times and to everyone. But as he now takes a closer look at the doorkeeper in his fur coat, with his big sharp nose and long thin black Tartar beard, he decides it is better to wait until he gets permission to enter. The doorkeeper gives him a stool and lets him sit down at one side of the door. There he sits for days and years. He makes many attempts to be admitted and wearies the doorkeeper by his importunity. The doorkeeper frequently has little interviews with him, asking questions about his home and many other things, but the questions are put in differently, as great lords put them, and always finish with the statement that he cannot be let in yet. The man, who has furnished himself with many things for his journey, sacrifices all he has, however valuable, to bribe the doorkeeper. The doorkeeper accepts everything, but always with the remark, "I am only taking it from you to keep you from thinking you have omitted anything." During these many years, the man fixes his attention almost continually on the doorkeeper. He forgets the other doorkeepers, and this first one seems to him the sole obstacle preventing access to the law. He curses his bad luck. In his early years, boldly and loudly. Later, as he grows, he only grumbles to himself. He becomes childish, and since in his year-long contemplation of the doorkeeper he has come to know even the fleas in his fur collar, he begs the fleas as well to help him and change the doorkeeper's mind. At length, his eyesight begins to fail, and he does not know whether the world is really darker or whether his eyes are only deceiving him. Yet in his darkness he is now aware of a radiance that streams inextinguishably from the gateway of the law. Now, he has not very long to live. Before he dies, all his experiences in these long years gather themselves in his head to one point, a question he has not yet asked the doorkeeper. He waves him near, since he can no longer raise his stiffening body. The doorkeeper has to bend low toward him, for the difference in height between them is altered much to the man's disadvantage. "What do you want to know now?" asked the doorkeeper. "You are insatiable." "Everyone strives to reach the law," says the man. "So how does it happen that for all these many years no one but myself has ever begged for admittance?" The doorkeeper recognizes that the man has reached his end, and, to let his failing senses catch the word, he roars in his ear. "No one else could ever be admitted here, since this gate was made only for you. I am now going to shut it."